Good morning everyone, welcome to Morning Markets. A couple of things to discuss this morning, the first of which is the announcement from Apple overnight on the impact that the coronavirus is having on its business and supply chain. This builds on some of the commentary that you've heard from us over the past couple of weeks of how the virus is impacting individual companies across the globe. I would say Apple is definitely the highest profile company yet to highlight this. It really does speak to the interconnectedness of global supply chains and the impact of a challenge in a small aspect of that can have on the business. So what have Apple said? They've said that worldwide iPhone supply is going to be curtailed. Why is that? Because of their manufacturing challenges within China. Specifically, they've got a large manufacturing base within China with one of their suppliers for the iPhone. The other thing that they've mentioned is just the impact that it's having on sales within China. Why is that? Obviously, their stores are closed, and in some areas they're only open for reduced hours. A very similar theme to we heard from Burberry a couple of weeks ago when they gave out guidance around what was happening in China. The data point from Apple highlights the connectedness of global supply chains and the impact that the coronavirus is having across the globe. We'll get more impact of this as companies start to give some indication of what's happening in China as a result of the close down and the impact on their manufacturing. What do we know? We know that factories are taking longer to return to work post the Chinese New Year holiday. That's real. There will be an impact, and there will be an impact on global growth. In addition to that, we've seen a number of countries in Asia talk about the impact of the coronavirus overnight, specifically both South Korea and Singapore, where both of those governments are indicating that they will have to put in place some form of stimulus to offset the weakness that is being caused as a result of the coronavirus. Turning to a couple of other points that I think are worth mentioning today, and we'll have UK unemployment data released at 9:30. That will be interesting just to see how unemployment trends have evolved post the election, if at all. We'll also have US manufacturing data this afternoon. That'll give us an indication on what's happening in the US and any indication of an impact of the coronavirus and broad economic activity. And then finally, we'll have an economic sentiment survey from Germany, which will give us an indication of just how sentiment has evolved. This is the first reading post the coronavirus. It also follows on the back of the very weak GDP data that we saw for Germany. So this will be an important data point to assess how the German economy is evolving, on which we'll come back to tomorrow and discuss more. Thanks for watching, and see you again tomorrow.